I'd like to call the meeting to order. I could have roll, please. Cindy?
Barton.
Here.
Betteridge.
Here.
Popperly.
Here.
Jones.
Here.
Shook. Spar.
Here.
Warren.
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Has everybody had a chance to look at last month's minutes or the August 26th meeting? With no amendments, so here a motion for approval.
I so move, Mr. Chairman.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Warren.
Yes.
Spar.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Betteridge.
Yes.
Barton.
Yes.
Opperly.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, before we start tonight, I'm going to have our attorney read a little statement on what this board is obligated about to do.
Thank you. Public hearing is being held tonight pursuant to published notice. Any person wishing to address the zoning board will have an opportunity to do so. They'll be sworn in by our court reporter and will give testimony under oath or affirmation. At the conclusion of the public hearing, the Zoning Board of Appeals will make its determination on the requested issue. The one matter up tonight is a request for variation, and with the request for variation, the zoning board's task is to decide whether an applicant meets requirements set forth in the village code. The variation procedure is not intended to evaluate whether a proposed variation is a good or a bad idea, but whether the applicant meets the criteria set forth in Illinois law and in the village code. The ZBA can't grant a variance unless it finds that the evidence put before it shows that because of the particular physical surroundings, shape, or topographical conditions of the specific property involved, a particular hardship to the owner would result, as distinguished from a mere inconvenience, if the strict letter of the regulations were to be carried out. Also, the conditions upon which the variation is based must be unique to the property for which the variation is sought and not applicable generally to other property in the same zoning district. Also, that the proposed variation is not based exclusively on a desire for financial gain. Also, the alleged difficulty or hardship must be caused by the zoning code and not been created by any persons presently having an interest in the property. Also, they must find the granting of the variations won't be detrimental to the public welfare or injurious to other property or improvements in the neighborhood, and that the proposed variation will not impair an adequate supply of light and air to adjacent property, substantially increase the congestion of streets, increase the danger of fire, endanger public safety, or substantially diminish or impair property values within the neighborhood. Unless the zoning board finds that all of these criteria are met, the zoning board cannot by law grant the variation requested.
Okay, thank you. With that, our first case tonight is number 13-10. Rex Urban is requesting a variance for an expansion of a non-conforming building at 226 North 4th Avenue, zoned R1. The house is an existing non-conforming structure and requires a variance for any type of expansion. Rex, you want to just stand up? Arlene will swear you in first.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, you can just,
Hopefully you can hear me.
yeah.
Is that good? Well, good morning, Board. Thank you for taking time this evening as this project has become near and dear to my heart. Former Mortonite, born and raised here in Morton, and love to keep Morton. So the purpose of why I want to put a second story on this house is multifold. First of all, I've always wanted to get into renovating old houses. I built my own house 10 years ago. I love doing construction, and so I wanted to get into renovating old houses. And I just drove by this house, and I just saw the potential this house had. I mean, it's in a beautiful neighborhood, and it's the eyesore of the neighborhood. Well, it was. It's getting a lot better. And so one thing it's going to do is it's going to improve the neighborhood. The second story addition, yes, I could renovate the house as it is. That would not be a problem. And it would, you don't know how long, I can't say how long it would take to sell. My sister-in-law is a real estate agent, so consulted with her about, what houses are moving right now. And as this house is listed, it was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. And it was not just a 1-bath, it was a 3/4 bath, there was no shower. And so those houses are not selling. And in order, when you look at the layout of the house, I kind of gave everybody, layout, but the best thing to do would be put a second story over the Monroe Street side. You could do it over the 4th Street side, but the stairs, it would require a ton of extra work, and it's not wide enough to carry another hallway. So anyway, the best addition, because where the stairs currently are in this back kitchen, would be able to go right up into this second-story addition. And it would get a bedroom there, and then we'll be able to put a bathroom and keep the existing bedroom up there. So then we just made it a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom bath without having to excavate and make that footprint larger and keep our costs down. So the house sat vacant for quite a while because, first of all, it was in bad shape. I don't know if anybody's been by the house or seen the house. I just brought some pictures with me so you guys can see what this thing started out as. And to this date, if you go by, you can see marked improvement. But those are views of the back of the house where the second story is going to go. So let's talk about concerns of that. Concerns. What's the house can it support a second story? Well, I've had a couple builders come in, gone through the house before I even purchased it. We went through it. We had termite inspection. There's old residual termite, but nothing in that area, any of those supporting structures. There was some in a window structure that we've replaced. The basement is solid. There was some brick work in 2 corners of that where we're going to build up over that. Yeah, it was a concern to me. I had a guy that I know from Core Construction come out and we reblocked those corners that'll be under the support of that existing second structure. So it's good. The trusses are good. Everything's strong. We have no issues with that. So again, we're making it from 2 to 3. The main thing here I want to just strongly get across is, you've seen this. This is the existing plat. I'm not changing that footprint at all. I'm not encroaching on any other easements that aren't already there. All I'm doing is going up the second floor, make it more attractive for the neighborhood, and hopefully we can get it turned around quickly. So that's my main goal, is just to make it more attractive to the neighborhood. And, does anybody have any questions for me, or anyone?
The only question I have is, as far as I know you're not changing the footprint, but I don't know if we go by our hardship as far as, do we have a hardship here?
This is an existing non-conforming structure. As applied to an existing non-conforming structure, the variance is just to allow, and Roger, you might be able to speak on this because you know your code better than me, but basically the variance is needed because the structure does not conform, because they're modifying it, and afterwards it's still not going to conform. Correct. So as you apply those standards I set forth at the start of this, the case of this change, you kind of, in my opinion, you accept the existing non-conformity of the structure going in, and the approval is really for the change. So in terms of satisfying the literal requirements, to be honest with you, I don't see a failure there. I'm not wanting to speak to the board on how you decide to vote. But it's a little bit of a different case when you have an existing non-conforming structure as to making a change that's going to create or worsen a non-conformity.
Mike, would you be willing just to expound a little bit on a hardship? What you're talking about?
He pretty much answered it. I don't think,
Okay.
I just want to make sure, being a contractor, I've done these jobs, I know how tough they are.
Right. Well, just to let you know, I'm not doing that work. That's another question you
Yeah.
probably have is, what knowledge do I have to build a second story? Well, I have some knowledge. I build houses, but
Yeah.
this requires, when it comes to roofing and tying into existing roof lines, I'm not touching it. I got, Sean Antrim, he does a building in town, and a buddy of mine, Paul O'Neill, who's a builder too in Tremont, I go to church with. They're going to both be involved in this project. 'Cause I can do a lot. I can frame walls on main floors when it comes to roof, and I'll mess with that thing. I want it to be watertight and done right, so, yeah, you have no worry that it won't be done right, that's for sure.
Mr. Elward, would you want to speak this case?
No, I just didn't
Okay.
know what was happening or what he
All right.
had in mind, so
All right,
I brought my ears here.
all right.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
I just also want to say it's been awesome being in the neighborhood, and every day it seems like I get put off with being able to do work because neighbors are stopping by just thanking me for what's been done so far, because it's been there for 2 years and it's been a tarps on the roof and it's been a big eyesore, and right now it's come a long way, and I just hope you guys will make this possible for me with this second story. So.
How are you gonna tie your siding and roof and all that in to match what you got?
The siding's all been gone. We're ready to go vinyl siding over.
Over all of it?
Yep, vinyl side, the whole thing. We're gonna do, new windows are, all new windows. I'm waiting to see if I can get glass replaced on a couple of the newer vinyl windows up in the top front of the house. If they can just replace the glass, because somebody took a BB gun or something to a couple of them, and so whether those have to be replaced or not, but every other window's going to be new, and so new furnace, new air conditioning, new floor. I mean, it's pretty much everything.
So Rex, you're just coming off the 4th Street roof, and you're just coming straight?
I'm coming off the Monroe Street.
I mean, that's where the dish is going on
Right,
that.
correct.
The
That's
4th
the only-
Street's not going to change.
No, 4th
profile.
Street, when you look at the 4th Street elevation, it's going to stay the same. The Monroe Street side. Now, the only thing that could change, and I'll be honest, would be that Monroe Street side, whether I put a window in that side or
yeah,
not. Because being a contractor, there's this, the current second floor is a knee wall upstairs. So it comes up 6 feet and then it goes up. So it's kind of a, shorter walls on the side. So we have to do that on the Monroe Street side too. So I'm not crazy about the smaller windows that are currently on the front of the house. So I'll have to see what it looks like when we get that. But currently I have it set where I would put just a window in the end of this gable this gable on the end up here. It'd be a window. If I think I can put a window above here without it looking weird, I will. But for wall space purposes, I think I'm just going to stick one on the end of the gable. But I don't know if that's something you need to know or not. But really, right now, that'd be the only change. Would be a different window on the side.
Anybody else have any question? Do I hear a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we grant case number 13-1000-1010-2C.
Second.
Spar,
Yes.
Warren,
No.
Jones,
Yes.
Betteridge,
Yes.
Opperly,
No.
Barton.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, I think you have the majority, you have your variance. You can see Roger on a permit tomorrow or whenever you get started. Good luck.
Okay. Do I need to do anything else? Am I done?
No, yeah, you're free to go.
Free to-
Yeah,
All right. Well, thank you very much. Have a good evening.
all right. Roger?
I have nothing.
Cindy? Okay, Mr. Newhouse is on vacation somewhere and
He's
you're-
back,
Oh,
but
he's back?
he's got what grant, well, he has,
Oh, you got, okay.
yeah, under the
Okay,
weather.
better stay home then.
Yeah.
Okay, with that, do I hear a motion for adjournment?
Mr. Chairman, I
motion.
move that this meeting be adjourned.
Second.
Who seconded?
I did.
Grant.
Thank you. Opperly,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Spar,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Betteridge,
Yes.
Barton.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.